to have your data system that is more similar and alike than different throughout the day of a student's program really lends itself to good data collecting and analyzation and training of all the adults and peer coaches that in fact would be taking data. So one of the things that they felt was extremely beneficial with this curriculum is in fact the data system that is in place. They found it to be very consistent across all the functional academic areas in terms of taking the data itself, that they could easily train both peer coaches and paraeducators and keep the efficacy of data collection intact. And then they felt that it was real doable on a very consistent basis to be able to look at that data, analyze, and make changes to students' program as a result. And then finally, the other benefit to the data component is how it could be tied back to the IEP goals and objective reporting. That in fact, that will be so nicely aligned that, again, something that could take a much greater amount of time is much more simplified as a result of this. So they saw the direct connection as a result.
Right. I think that I've also heard that from teachers, that it's one of the very nice things besides the data collection system is having your present levels of performance defined for you after you've done the assessment, and from there looking at long and short-term goals that are also defined for you. And because I know that often teachers are challenged to come up with a functional level of performance. Usually we rely on psych assessments and things that aren't really necessarily tied to a curriculum. And then from there to actually write IEP goals that...
And I mean, what a great opportunity and great data to have conversations with parents on.
Absolutely.
You know, looking at the data, so it no longer is a personal thing, but the data does the talking in terms of where is the student at, where is your son or daughter at, and look how they've progressed, and let's set goals accordingly then. That just takes the sensitivity of not wanting to share because it may hurt somebody's feelings kind of approach away and really have it become student-centered as a result. So that was really exciting to them, the potential for that.
One of the things about the elementary curriculum that is tied to the secondary curriculum is the level system. So if you're on level 1 when you leave middle school, or excuse me, elementary school, it identifies what level you'll be on in the secondary curriculum. Oh, that's wonderful. The data system is actually comprehensive from elementary through high school. And I'm assuming that that might be something that the committee looked at, the longitudinal and the continuity of data from elementary through.
Absolutely, because one of the things that our teachers said was that it appears that when we move students from building to building, elementary to junior high to senior high, that we lose a lot of information, valuable information about the students' learning, and as a result they either overlap or they gap in where the student's skill was and where they need to head them toward. So as a result of that, that's one thing that they're very excited about. Those activities of transition that happen from building to building will not just include then how to make the student feel comfortable and specific needs of the student, but also a large part of that conversation is going to be about the students' instruction, the growth, where they've left off and where they need to start. And what will be absolutely exciting about this is that they will all be having the same language. They'll be talking the same language. And as a result, it's only going to benefit students.
Absolutely.
Yeah.